What's up, everybody? Michael Silva here. You're watching episode 12 of the Weekly Scan. The Weekly Scan. In today's episode, we will be using technical analysis to review 7 different stocks. And as for a quick disclaimer, these videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. I currently do not have any of my own personal money in any of these stocks at this time. With all that said, let's hop into today's show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the computer. We are going to be going over 7 different charts. Basically, what I'll be going over is the support, resistance, patterns that I see, and how I potentially would play it. As another reminder, I'm not in any of these trades as of right now, but it is something that I'll be keeping a close eye on here going into next week. So let's hop into the first chart. The first chart is ticker symbol AMD. Advanced Micro Devices. Now, what I see here taking place is a cup and handle pattern, okay? I really like this setup. This last day of price action was a nice hammer candle. And this, it doesn't have it on the chart right now, but there's actually the 20 period moving average is kind of where that bounced from. So you see the cup and handle, and then it has its kind of a top right here, you know, it's like you'd have to break above that 60 to really start seeing it move. But then there's also kind of a trend line right here that'll be looking to break. So right, like within this area, I mean, it's all a very good buying opportunity to see this to go long. I do think that this will have enough power to probably break through this trend line and move higher. Almost like a perfect cup and handle pattern. So I like this. I would say that this 20 area moving average that's here, I mean, you can pull it up on a chart, but basically where it bounced from here, I'd probably have a stop loss down in this range right here. But I would ultimately hold this for a little bit longer of a period, more of a swing trade than anything, and then hope to see it break up to the upside. Really good little setup. That's why I wanted to go over this one first. That's ticker symbol AMD. Let's go ahead and move to the next one. All right, so this is ticker symbol CAR. Very nice pattern, very clear kind of channel that's been really coiling up. It's kind of finding its bottom, and it's been accumulating a lot of volume in certain days. So I'm thinking that all these volume accumulation days are going to eventually cause this puppy to break right up. Now, notice that there's a pretty big short float percentage of about 25%. So if it does break above this, it's going to, a lot of short people are going to have to actually cover, which is going to force the price a little bit higher. I would say that this 26, 47, 26, or 20, let's just say 25, this range right here would be a great target. Even 22 at that point would be a great target right in this range. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this. I'm thinking that we might be seeing a breakout of this pattern here pretty shortly. So that's ticker symbol CAR. Great little, great long setup. So here's ticker symbol KMI for Kinder Morgan. This is also just a very tight coiling little pattern right here. Kind of trending upwards, and then we have right here where it seems to be kind of a little of a wall. So you got an ascending triangle right here. It is above the 20-day period moving average, and as you can notice on this previous price action day, formed a little bit of a hammer candle. So I think that the price might be coming down maybe right around this range, and then you could speculate that the price potentially would break through this level. An area of resistance would be right here at the $17, and then you have some more up at the $18 range. So this also looks like a very good setup. You might need to be a little bit more patient to see a breakout of this, but I would probably have a stop loss, you know, right in this, maybe potentially below the 50-day period moving average, or maybe just below this trend line right here. This previous candle right here was at 14.16, so maybe if you wanted it, you know, 14.9 or something like that. You know, it just depends on your risk tolerance for that. But this is a nice little setup, KMI, cool little ascending triangle. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to the next. All right, here's ticker symbol WORK. This is Slack Technologies. This is an inverse head and shoulders that kind of retested. So if you look here, there's a left shoulder, the right shoulder. Actually, the right shoulder is more like that. And then you have the head right here. And then as you can see, the neckline was right in this area. About $30, and you see that retest right around here, and then starting to push a little bit higher. So I think that potentially this was the breakout phase, and then it's retesting, and then we might be seeing a move higher. If you wanted to play this, I'd probably have a stop loss at the 28, just below 28, that range, depending on your risk tolerance. You could accumulate shares within this range right here, and then you know, this would be more of a longer term swing trade or a good little setup there to potentially see the price climb higher and higher. But overall, inverse head and shoulders, clear pattern, had the retest, and now we might see this price move up a little bit higher. So on to the next. All right, this is ticker symbol GRUB, Grubhub. Hello. So check this out. We had this big pull that came up all the way up here on this day, high volume, okay? And then we kind of have it consolidating within this little pattern right here. This to me looks like a bull pennant, bull flag. And as you can see, high volume, then the volume tapers off. That's the consolidation period. So will we see a break higher to maybe potentially reach back to this $65 range? It's very possible. I like this previous day right here, this little hammer candle. So I would play this as a long position to maybe potentially see a break above this upper trend line right there to see maybe a move higher. Now, if you do see a breakout take place, you want to make sure that it's on high volume, because when it's on high volume, that will make you feel more confident knowing that it's not a false breakout of this pattern. So good little pattern to keep an eye on. Very simple stuff. Bull pennant, bull flag, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, good little setup right here. So adding this one to the watch list as well. All right, here's ticker symbol PLUG for Plug Power. I actually notified this on last week, but I just wanted to continue on and mention it again. It's still, it's still within this kind of like pattern right here. I think I notified it on this day here. So if you did enter in, you saw it come up all the way from, 411-ish or whatever. Maybe a little bit lower to 437 a high, but it's still within this pattern. So it got rejected by this trend line. It's moving back down. So you can technically accumulate more shares, have a tight stop loss down here at the 375 range, maybe just below it. And then maybe here coming up soon, we might see that break of this upper trend line there to see a push higher. And, I would say the target would be, right around 480. That range right there, and then it'd be up a little bit higher after that point around the 5 to 525 range. So awesome setup still at this point. If you got into it last week when I notified it, you probably took some profits off the table on this. Maybe not. Maybe you're still holding if that's the case. It still looks like a safe bet to me on the long side. But just make sure that you have your stop losses set, because the only thing that we have complete control of in this market is risk. Okay, on to the last one. All right, the last one is ticker symbol GOLD, gold. This is Barrick Gold. I love this setup right here. I'm a big fan of the gold miners and the GLD spider. So, but what we got going on here is really nice. I'd say ascending triangle, or you can look at it as a bull flag or bull pennant. But really what it's doing here, you see these, basically it's acting as support here at this lower level, and it bounces from it and gets rejected from this top. And then it kind of formed a nice hammer candle here, and then it looks like it's kind of heading more upwards through this channel. So I would accumulate shares here, have somewhat of a tight stop loss down in this range. That's 24 to 25, maybe just below it. And then I would be thinking that it's eventually going to break through this. I'm long gold, not GOLD, but I'm long the physical asset in GLD, the ticker symbol. And if you look at the GLD ticker symbol, it's very similar kind of setup. So yeah, this one I just wanted to notify because it's a very kind of clear pattern right there. It's a nice bull pennant or ascending triangle. And it's at the bottom of this channel, which I really like, because you can accumulate shares down here and speculate that the price is going to come up to this channel and potentially break out. That's all I have for you today. Those were the 7 charts. I moved quick today. You can always click the timestamps in the description or my first comment that's pinned and re-watch it if you would like. See you guys next week on The Weekly Scan. See ya.